Africanism, Westernism, all of that intense conversations, in my opinion. I'd like to repeat that, in my opinion. Just in case you didn't get that, in my opinion. So you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to understand where I'm coming from. It is strictly my opinion. If you agree with me, give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. If you don't, come on now. It's content. Still leave me a thumbs up and leave me a comment that, you know what, I don't understand where you're coming from. I don't get you. That's not my view. You know? Let's do this. Roll the tape. It's your girls, Yanda Kumalo, aka Black Rose SA, back at it again with another video. Guys, I don't know why I dance like I can, because I can't. I can't dance to save my life. I mean, I look cute though. Like, I just threw this on top of my twist outs, and a girl looks cute. A girl looks cute. She looks pretty. She doesn't look pretty. She doesn't look pretty. She looks pretty. Like. Okay, but anyways. Today's topic is a very intense topic. It's a very heavy topic. It's a topic that might get a few people upset with me. It's a topic that might get people to not like me or not necessarily understand me. And that's okay. That is life. That is perfectly okay. Moving on, today's topic is spirituality versus religion. And actually, before I start, I want to state facts. So I'll be giving you guys definitions of these things so you can understand where my interpretation stems from. Okay, so you know our friend Google Moss, our friend Googly. That's where I got these definitions from. Like, come on now, come on. The dictionary is on flippin' Google, so why not? Okay, so first and foremost, the definition for religion. Religion, the belief in and worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. Right. Spirituality. Spirituality is a broad concept with room for many perspectives. In general, it includes a sense of connection to something bigger than ourselves, and it typically involves a search for meaning in life. As such, it is a universal human experience, something that touches us all. Fine. You go to that. Now, for you to further understand the differences between spirituality and religion, I literally went and typed in spirituality versus religion into Google. And this is what it gives me. And it says here, spirituality occurs and exists within. It is an experience that one harbors inside their soul and mind. On the other hand, religion exists within the masses. You join others in one set of beliefs to practice and worship a higher being and holy books that exist outside of yourself. Right. Now my views. So basically, where I stand between religion and spirituality, I am not religious per se. I am spiritual, and I'll give my own interpretation of why I'm saying this. I'm not just saying it off the bat because I'm going with clouds and no, it's not that. But I have reasons behind this. I have facts to back me up, and those facts come from myself because I don't need anyone else telling me how to do me. As simple as that. So I am spiritual because, now please understand me clearly, and if you can't find it in yourself to understand where I'm coming from and just listen to it on a clean slate, then baby, just, patience. Just stay with me so you can understand where I'm coming from. And you will catch me being very light with the topic, because I will get intense with it, but I'm being light now just to make you understand that this doesn't have to be a heavy topic. This doesn't have to be an uncomfortable topic. It is a topic that we all need to discuss, a topic we all need to understand. Hence, I'm giving you this content. Hence, I'm here to break it down in my own perspective. All right, now, before I lose focus again, spirituality. So I am spiritual because I believe that God lives within me. I definitely strongly believe in God. And that's that. That'll never change. But however, my belief in God is quite different. I know there are people that believe the way I do, but I'm going to explain it specifically according to me. So I believe in God. However, I believe in God in such a way that God is his own stature. So he can't be compared to anything else. He can't be compared to anyone else. He can't be compared to any other God. And that's just God for me. But with that, I believe in God not because of the masses. I believe in God because I personally trust that everything that happens in my life happens because of God. And now, going forward, this might be a bit confusing, because as much as I believe in God, I acknowledge, please hear me carefully, I acknowledge that ancestors exist. I do not sit here and say, no, ancestors don't exist, there's no such, from dust we were, from dust we will return. And that's just that for me. That's just that. So, yeah, this really is an intense topic. But I mean, what would I be doing if I wasn't intense? So I do acknowledge ancestors. I acknowledge that they do exist. I acknowledge that certain people practice ancestrally Africanism, and that's okay. I have nothing against anyone who practices ancestrally. Nothing at all. I'm like cool with you. No biases, none of that. None of that. Never negative, always positive. And as much as I acknowledge ancestors, I acknowledge the universe as well as a playing field. So I acknowledge that the law of attraction exists. I acknowledge that Mother Nature exists. And this might be confusing because I'm putting everything into one basket. However, for me, how I interpret things is this whole basket is carried by God. And that's it for me. That's just how it is for me. So, religion for me is it's too constructed. And when I say this, I mean religion for me, everything has to be by the book. We need to go to church. We need to sing certain songs in church. We need to dress a certain way in church. And I think for me, it's because at times I pick up that church has so many rules that we forget that it's just about God, and that's plain and simple. We're there to praise God, to worship God, and that's it. But we make it about so many other things. We literally make it so political within Christ, and there's no politics in Christ. That's just that. It's as simple as that. So hence I say that I am spiritual. I will always pray to God. I fast, I worship, I praise. I do my daily scriptures, I do my devotion, I do all of that. I don't necessarily, I'm party, so I don't necessarily pray to ancestors, but I do know that I come from my forefathers, I come from people before me. Right. Then with the universe, I always say, I mean, you can see right there that I have a vision board right there, as much as I have scripts on these cupboard doors as well. And that's because I believe in manifestation. And I think for me, that's because I always repeat the term G square. And we repeated this a lot in high school, G square. And that means let go and let God. So I remember when we'd go into the exam room, they'd always state that study as hard as you can, then let God do the rest. So that's what I think of manifestation. Do everything you can, push as hard as you can, then let God do the rest. So that's when you let go and you let God. So with having that vision board there, I manifest the things I want in my life. I manifest them. I pray upon them. I can even fast upon them. But that's how I do things. That's how I go about things. That's not how we go about things. Please understand me clearly. Do not be catching feelings in this video. That's not what this is about. But this is to clarify a few misconceptions that that if you're spiritual, you don't believe in God. There is no such a thing. Spirituality is different for everyone. I mean, the definition said it itself, that it's a different perspective for everyone. So it's up to you to decide what spirituality is for you. And for me, it's because spirituality is so complex. So you can make it your own, but with religion, everything is by the book. And that's just that. And I think another thing is because I believe that as much as when two or three are gathered in his name, he is there. I also believe that I can pray with myself. I can speak to God. I can have a conversation with God anywhere and everywhere. I can praise and worship God within myself. I don't have to do that holding someone's hand to say, no, you need to pray now. You know, that sort of thing. But don't get me wrong, I do go to church. I do go to church. And when I am in church, I take it very personally. I take my time with God very personally. As much as the certain positions that I hold within the church, I do that not per se because I'd like to, not to say that this is me giving back to the church per se. No, but this is me saying, God, use me as your vessel. As simple as that. Use me as your vessel. Yeah, this topic. So I think that's my 2 cents, 10 cents, 50 cents, 1 rand. That's just my perspective on it. And for me personally, spirituality and religion can't coexist for me. I am spiritual because spirituality is a huge umbrella, whereas religion is a one-way street, a one-way road, and that's it. But yeah, that is what I have to say on this topic. If you have a different view, if you agree with me, leave me a comment, connect with me on Instagram, DM me. If you have my number, WhatsApp me. I mean, let's talk about it. Let's conversate about it. Yeah. Oh, and actually, I want to tie this in with another request I got to break down what God is to me and what my experience of God is. And I do think most of this video answered that. God to me is something personal. I think that's the best way for me to say it. God to me is something very personal. It's not something that has to be handed to me. It's not something that I need to go to church on a Sunday for, then forget during the week. God for me is very personal. God is my up, he's my down, he's my waking up, he's my going to bed, and that's just it. Yeah. And that's that. So I'm hoping that all of you guys that had this request were answered. I'm hoping that it did clear up some misconceptions. And not everyone will have the same view as me, and I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. I am not here to look for everyone to agree with me. That's not what this channel is here for. I am here to be real, and I'm always real, and just to be myself. And not everyone will accept who you are, and that's okay. Yeah. And as usual, what is a video of mine without a little poetry? So yeah, let's do this. Okay, so today's poem is titled Yin and Yang. Black and white, blurred by silent grays, came my beliefs and my rituals. Different keys on the keyboard, yet all to one melody. Yin and yang, your rod and your staff, they comfort me, yet blood says, those before me will protect me. You anoint my head with oil, but blood says, pour your child with bile. My spiritual sister, or my sister in soil, bended knee from both sides, and yet with both nothing can hide. See, black and white will merge, because in the end, it's all just shades of grey. Purge all misconceptions before they become an urge. My understandings will stay. Yin and yang. In the end, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. It's all just yin and yang. And today, that is it from me. If there's anything else you'd like me to talk about, if there's anything you'd like me to highlight specifically from this video, hit me up, connect with me on Instagram, shoot me a comment right down below. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video with anyone that you feel needs to understand religion and spirituality as their own realms. And as usual, I leave you with love. I leave you with peace. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.